Good morning, French Quarter magazine readers. Today we are interviewing a French singer who are here in Las Vegas. And her name is Sylvie Boisel. Bonjour Sylvie.
Bonjour.
When was your first desire to become involved in music, and what made you fall in love with the pop, American and French jazz music?
Well, in fact, I was born in a family who loves music. My mother was playing violin when she was a teenager. My uncle sings, still now he sings, he has a beautiful tenor voice. My sister plays piano, my brother plays guitar, and I guess when I saw him starting to play a guitar, I wanted to do like him. But even before this, I always loved music, and I was always listening to music. And I was a big fan of Elvis Presley when I was a child, and I could not have imagined that later on, right now that I live in Vegas, I'm starting to sing Elvis Presley. So. And what was the rest of the question?
It was what made you fall in love with the pop and American and French jazz music?
In fact, I love any style of music as long as I can put interpretation on it and I can reach people, connect with people, and send love to people, and generally with positive energy. So I love every kind of music. I even would like to sing a few songs, opera songs, but one day.
Oh, and what was the first gig you ever performed at? What were the first songs you learned?
Well, the first gig, not as a singer, but in fact I remember it was when I was 6 years old. I was doing a puppet show. And all the children from my neighborhood, they were paying 10 centimes or 5 centimes, I don't remember, and I was doing a show at this time. But if not, my first show was in Paris at the Théâtre de la Ménate, small theater, really beautiful. And wow! Yeah.
So you started very young.
To sing. To sing at 18 years old. Yesterday, I mean. So yes, and the first songs I remember. Firstly, well, it was Starmania song, you know. So this one, for example. J'ai pas demandé à venir au monde, je voudrais seulement qu'on fiche la paix. J'ai pas envie de faire comme tout le monde, mais faut bien que je paye mon loyer. Je travaille à l'Underground Café.
Bravo.
And I remember also I won a prize when I was at Alice Donna School with the song of Léo Ferré. Avec le temps, avec le temps va, tout s'en va. Voilà.
A classic.
And, And before this, of course, all the songs that you can sing when you play the guitar, you know, Beatles, the Hours of the Rising Sun.
So, do you think that your music comes from the heart, the brain, or the soul?
When I sing on stage, the music comes really from my heart. I think, I want to give my heart to the public. I like to connect with the audience, but when I write song, and it's quite new for me, it's let's say 1 year ago, I started to write songs. It comes from my soul. It comes from my soul, and it's kind, you know, this fashion word, channeling, so it comes, I don't know where, I take my guitar and the melody is arriving and the lyrics are arriving, the subject, and after I just have to finalize the song, but in fact I never had time until now, so I have lots of songs to finish, but fortunately now that I work with a team, I think that now I'm going to start to finish my song and even record a CD, an album soon. Woo!
Oh, very good. What does the French jazz mean to you, and what does music offers you?
The only difference for me between French jazz and American jazz is in French jazz you have more lyrics generally. For example, the good example is Michel Legrand with all his songs, you know, the great Michel Legrand. And what the music, but I mean, I don't sing only French jazz. I sing also American jazz. And what was the rest?
What does it mean to you? What jazz music means to you?
Well, I will say, firstly, it was challenging when I started to sing jazz because I come from French chanson, so all has a frame, all is well written, you know, the musician have something to play, special chords, and then when I started to sing jazz, it was really challenging because jazz is, it's free, it's a freedom, jazz, so when, you know, you don't know what the musicians are going to play, what solo they are going to do, when you will finally be able to re-sing, you know, so... but while it's freedom, it means for me I can scat if I want, I can even change the lyrics, I can play with a musician, so it's really freedom.
It's freedom.
And also freedom in this way that I can go everywhere in all the countries, go to a jazz club and tell to a musician, oh, can I sing one song and connect with the audience of this jazz club. I can say, oh, I sing All of Me in A flat and up, I can sing. Wow, it's fantastic for this, yeah.
Do you sometimes sing a duet with someone?
Well, on my show Edith Piaf and Maurice Chevalier, I have 2 duets, and I would love, in fact, it's one of my, I have so many projects, it's one of my projects I would like to sing with a man. I would like to do some duets, yes, in English and in French and in Italian.
What characterizes the sound of Sylvie Boisel? How do you describe your philosophy about music?
Mm-hmm. Well, I have been told even not a long time ago that I have a special timbre of voice. For me, it's mostly my voice. It's a straight singing without effect. You know, I just want to, you know, just sing the note and straight from my heart to reach your heart, I hope.
How do you describe your philosophy about music?
Okay, so firstly, I love music. Music is important to me, even when I love dancing. So firstly for this, also I love playing my instrument, guitar, accordion. But music is also a tool for me to reach people, to connect with people on stage. It's not the only tool. I used to be an actress, and I restarted to act, to play in Cabaret Festival of Brisbane a few years ago with some text of Jacques Prévert with a company. So it was great, and I want to go back to theatre also to connect with people.
Yeah, that's the overall your philosophy. We understand your philosophy about music. You are passionate. You want to convey your love of music and share with your audience.
In fact, yeah, the most important for me is to be on stage before all. Recording artist is quite new for me. I have an album, but it's quite new, but I loved it. But I mean, the most important thing for me is to be on stage, because I am like this, you know, the albatross of Baudelaire. When I'm on stage, I'm really at home. I can be who I am, I can connect with people, I can send love to people. When in everyday life, it's a little more difficult for me, like the albatross when he's on a boat, you know, he's kind of limping, if I can say, and you know, now because I'm a little older, let's say, I seem more normal than before. But when I was at school or even music school, people were calling me, when at school as a child, they were calling me Frankenstein. You know, it's really charming, n'est-ce pas? Okay. And after this, they called me E.T., like extraterrestrial. So, you know, I like to be on stage.
Now, now, do you remember anything funny or interesting from the recording time?
Well, interesting. My musician recorded on a big professional studio in Sydney. I couldn't record there. I was sick. I couldn't because, you know, for me it's really important to sing for people. So, and also I'm a kind of, you know, Charles Trenet, when he was recording, the first takes were the best takes were the first takes, because he was creating the song every time. And it's the same for me. So I finally recorded my voice at home. So
how do you describe your contact to people when you are on stage? What compliment do you appreciate the most after a gig? You have your fan coming to see you after performance, and what do they say to you?
Wow, lots of nice things. Some people told me it reminded them their trip in France, or some of them cried, and they told me they cried, and wow, the first time I heard this, I was really. In fact, I was worrying because, you know, I want to sound positive things, and wow, you have someone who tell you I cried, but they told me, wow, no, it was a cry of great emotion. I like and I appreciate every compliment. They often they told me that they love my voice, but I really. As a singer, I really appreciate, especially when they tell me that they like me when I sing one song in American, because it means for me they really love the singer singing, and not because also I sing an exotic song.
Which of historical music personality would you like to meet? That's a really interesting question.
Yeah. Of course, I would have loved to meet Edith Piaf and Maurice Chevalier, because when I am doing one of my show, or Edith Piaf show, or Edith Piaf and Maurice Chevalier show, I talk about their life, what they could have felt, and all these things. So of course, it will be great if I could meet them, because I will be rendering their stories and their soul much better, of course. And apart this, I really would like to meet Lady Gaga, because she's a great creative woman, and I like the fact that she dares to do things, and also she's doing lots of things for young people or bullied people. Pardon my French, my accent. And of course, also La Calas for an interpretation, and Kulthum, because she's the great Oriental singer. And wow, so many and for the singing, the truth in jazz, Ella Fitzgerald and Nat King Cole. And wow, I can. And for the lyrics, because I love language also, Georges Brassens and Barbara, the French singer Barbara, but Barbara I already met her once.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Mais you have to tell us that in our next interview. And the last word for our French Quarter magazine readers, perhaps?
Oh, well... I would like, as one of the compliments that people told me is it's like when Sylvie sings, it's like when she was talking to each person in the venue, you know. So I would like, well, I hope I will meet you, please. If we meet somewhere, or if you're going to one of my concerts, please talk to me. I will be very happy, and all the best to French Quarter magazine.
And we will have you, the honor to have you in our launch magazine party on the 29th of April. So please come and enjoy the singing of Sylvie and other performers. Thank you, Sylvie, so much. Thank you for taking the time to answer my questions.
Thank you very much. Lots of love to everybody.
Bye-bye.